Welcome back, fellow armchair general. This is Gamer1745 here. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and, of course, like the videos. It's always important. They tell me to do that in YouTube school. Okay, well, I couldn't get to save the game during the sort of management screen, if you will. But what I did do is remove some of the rifle sections that were, had casualties, and replace them with fresh units here. So now, and again, this is pre-set up. We can look at the battlefield this way and come in here, which you can get a lot of information here. Is important to know. So we're hovering over here. We can see that this ridge here is blocking our view down in here, and so this MG position is basically useless. I would say mostly useless. Maybe here might be of use if they're going to be pushing here. Okay, we can also zoom out. I guess that would be important information to know. We are supposed to go on the offensive to crush what's left of the Germans, but they only hold here. We hold the halt here. Okay, so I may be more of a deliberate field commander than some. You can rotate this way with the arrow keys. Just if you notice, I keep going to these two corners, because if I go here, my cursor just, although it freezes on that screen, goes to the other monitor I have above and one over to the side here. More of a deliberate commander. And, you know, so just as I'm saying this, reminded me of my cousin who was in the U.S. Army for a while. He wanted to be an armor. And he's also, I would say also, I do believe I am as well, a thinker, a planner. And so the assessment was with the U.S. Army is he took too long to think, to make decisions. So they didn't want to put him in a armor position. So he went into, I think it was intelligence, for an armored unit, and ended up commanding a, because at such a low rank there isn't really much job. A lot of these jobs are sort of in intelligence inverted. Very few second lieutenants just starting out. A lot of, you know, majors and colonels kind of thing. Inverted pyramid. So he ended up into the armor. Anyways, oh, let's see. Oh, can we change the business start position? Okay, how did I do that? No. Or was it double click maybe? No. How did I do that? How did I do that? I'm sorry, I do not know. Oh, okay, didn't know this. I just learned this. You're seeing it here for the first time. Okay, so if it just drop or click and drag. Okay, for starting positions, at least here. That is something important. Nope, I can't get into here. Okay, here we are. We can see, let me try this. Yeah, okay. And that was probably my problem before when I first started playing, before I started making any episodes. I can't drop and drag into the grayed out squares. Okay, now I know. Now we know. Okay, so the darker squares, that's here. We can't drop and drag units into them. Very good to know. That was probably it, and I didn't realize it at the time. Okay, so now I know. Very good. Well, we're going to move up a lot of these guys. We don't need them all the way here and back. Let's just get them up here. as you see, discovery. Now, I am not like the greatest expert on close combat. Okay, now we've got Jerry down here. Let's see, can we move you? Yes, right up to this ridge line there. Okay, let's put I think we're just going to see about trying to dominate the hell out of them. Because we've sort of got them in a bit of a fishbowl here. Okay, now we do have so let's put you in the building there. And if we were to move you to here. Okay, that is good. That is very good to know. Okay, so we want our command section over here. Wow, you saw discovery. Yes, we're keeping that in. Okay, so they're close enough to give some command and control to the rest. Let's move you to a little bit more. Just a little more. And I want to right click and make sure that we are defending. Yeah, that sort of direction there. I don't know how, again, as I've said before, the closeness or the lack thereof of the mortar unit to the front, but I don't need them just a little back there, trying to get them out of visual from down there. And this MG team we are going to put up on the ridge here. Now, do I have more of the heavy MGs? Yes, where you're up here, okay. And you're there, right, okay. Those are the, as opposed to the sort of platoon MGs. Again, if you didn't see the first episode, though probably most of you have, the heavy MGs are the 30 cal M1917. Both guns were in essence designed during World War I by John Moses Browning. The as we can see here, the 1917 has a water jacket. It is very, very similar, though there are some mechanical differences, not just the water jacket, between that gun and the M1919, which is designed basically comes out as World War I is ending. So the 1919, to the best of my knowledge, never served in World War I. The 1917, I think, had very limited service. Most the Americans mostly used French machine guns. Okay, so yes, that's that guy there. Now we're wanting to dominate that bit of terrain down there, so let's move you up here. This is a BAR team, so what we're going to do is be ready to move you to the top of the hill to suppress. We got the MG here. You know what we're going to see about doing here is moving this squad. Oh, that's right, we got to drag over here. The setup phase. Move this squad here. What I'm gonna see about doing is having them immediately run to this other building here at the start to be able to put fire along there. Now I am a little worried about these thick walls. These sort of adobe or brick walls, I'm not sure which. If you don't know the difference, a brick is something fired in hot ovens. Adobe is just sun-dried, basically. But either way, they're fairly brick walls. But I think here we can get something out of the windows. Well, let's see if we can see. Okay, from here, yeah, we can see just a little oh, let me click off of this. Just a little bit of you can see a cone of fire there, which would be useful. And over here we would have sort of a reverse. Ooh, we have sort of already spotting some troops. So they're gonna run, they're gonna make a dash at the very opening to here fast. Just bolt across there. Hopefully you'll get there with little or no casualties. The other thing is, if we would possibly be if it was a little bit longer, smoke, but I think we will do that. Yeah, this is a lot of setup here. Sorry. We'll get into the action now. Again, it's a 30-minute mission, and we very well, although of course we've spent a lot of time talking now here, sorry for all that, we very well may be able to achieve our objectives or get totally beaten, depending on the situation, in that very much less time. So but the clock will definitely yeah, these guys are getting shot at, but can we make it? Looks like they have made it. Yeah, get into the building, that's fine. Okay, we've already got two casualties, or they've got two casualties, I should say. There already. And Rice is wounded. Rice is wounded. I knew that I was putting up a lot of people right on top of them. Oh, they've got a light artillery piece on the board. Let's see if we can zoom in and see what that is. That looks like a I would say that is a the 75 millimeter L12 infantry gun there. So now that we've spotted that, and that could be getting some of our casualties there. So what we're going to do is drop mortar rounds on it. Okay, now I want to not so much fire at the unit as to fire. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Needed to do a right mouse button for fire. Fire at the map location more so than the let's fast move up to the top of the hill. Oh, you don't like that for some reason. Okay. Well, let's go to here maybe. There we go. Get up there. But Rice it is Rice, isn't it? Yeah, Rice is wounded. Everybody else seems to be okay. And I did, of course, now we have the command section here, very near this rifle section, but bunching up can be bad. Okay, no target, no target, no target. Now, again, we're going to pause here. Let's defend. Oh, come on. Mouse control is getting very wonky. Okay, no. That way? Or maybe move there. No, come on. Yeah, move a bit more. Yeah, there we go. Move a bit more to that. That. No, maybe not so much outside. Nope. Okay. No, I don't like that. Move to here. Okay, again, you're looking at the wrong way, so we're going to defend. Yeah, a bit more that way. Ah, they've got 2 guys down in this unit here, and 3 now up here, so these guys are getting hit hard. Still just rice, only rice. Only rice so far. We're doing well. Now, how is our, nope, yeah, CMG team. And what you can do is, again here, no clear shot, no target, no target. So that's telling me that this unit here isn't being very effective. So why have them here? Well, if I really thought they were going to break out and overrun me, that would be a good position to control this wadi. But you know, I'm going to move them over to here. Oh well, if we cross the wadi, we're in a bit of a world of hurt too. Probably would have been better for me to start out on the far flank over here. You know, I'm just going to have them move to here, I think. Let's fast move. It's not that far. Hopefully they can get there and get set up. How is our mortar section? Okay. He's loading. He has 22 rounds of HE left. Uh-oh. Who can't take it? Who can't take it? Somebody can't take it. Who's that? Arc? They're seeking cover, right? No target. That's the command. Oh, come on. Rifle team. Well, I'm not seeing who's panicking. I'm not seeing who's panicking. Okay, they're loading up. Oh, here we are, panicked. Oh. Corporal Terry is wounded. Corporal Terry is wounded, and Green is panic. Panic. They're shooting at something up here. We just saw the. Oh, good. Mortar's coming. I think for now we're going to let firepower do the job. We see up here, well, they're sort of pushing up and down a little bit on this. Sound like our mortar just went off again. Boom. Okay. Well, that looked like their round coming out of their little light 75. target. A little disappointed they're not doing better at firing at these guys, but that's alright, I guess. Maybe we'll ambush. This team here. Oh, they got hit by over here. Yeah, they're getting pounded here. Okay, they've got wounded. Now I've noticed that once one of these guns get hit, it seems to constantly scroll a wound symbol sometimes, but I think that's just beta that we're playing. Okay, Green is back to his job. He's the ammo bearer for the 1919. Hopefully Terry will make it. No target, aiming. Okay, they're firing the heavy machine gun. Okay, now we need to we have 15 rounds left of 60 cal or 60 millimeter ammo. I think that has been somewhat knocked out, so we're going to let's retarget here the enemy HQ location here. Partially just because it's sort of the center, partially if we take out their command and control, maybe we can. Oh, wounded one, maybe. Well, maybe we just took out their complete command and control. Okay, well, that was a slightly less than 4-minute battle. I ended up talking a lot more at the beginning. I hope some of my tactical and weapons talk is interesting. I love feedback on that. So we've had 4 minutes, beat them down. We can look at the debrief here. Okay, we've had 2 wounded. They had 1 officer. I think that was at the very end, if you remember. The platoon section, the HQ platoon section was running towards the other sort of capture point, and he disappears. I'm guessing that's the officer going down. 3 soldiers killed, 1 gun knocked out, 14 enemy wounded, for a total of 20 casualties and 1 gun knocked out of the fight. We can look at our soldiers. I don't know what's wrong with that, because that should be okay. Well, for some reason it's not displaying here. Again, as you can see here, beta version, because it doesn't even really technically say on the game from the thing they gave me to play this and show you all. So I think I've heard October 3rd it's being released. Is that it? Man, I just think I saw the announcement on that, which is coming soon if you're watching this at about the time. So I'm sure that they're dealing with things. And so okay, I didn't really should. Okay, now again, we can see a missing Kazarine Pass condition here. We have, this game gives you decision points. Sorry, just a second. which is important. So we can either I guess, I don't know if this means fall back to the Kazarine Pass or dig in at Sabiba. Yeah, probably butchering that. We're going to try to dig in at Sabiba. Hold a little bit further forward. Situation report. Excuse me, just a second. The notorious German Field Marshal Erwin Rommel has divided his forces, sending troops and tanks from the famous, I'm putting in, 21st Panzer Division north towards Sabiba, while the rest of the Afrika Korps strikes west. In their way are elements of the 1st and 31st Infantry Division. Rommel has gambled and made a dollar spear point in the process. Elements of the 21st Division are on their own and supported by larger German forces. Recent access. Okay. So we are again defending. You are on the defensive. The enemy has initiative and will decide the pace, timing of his attacks. Okay, next. Dig and defend the ridge. Stop the advancing panzers. You have mortar, artillery, and air support. We'll get to see some of those. Use this firepower to pin the German infantry and then pick off their tanks with your anti-tank guns. Your rifle and tank hunter teams also have anti-tank rifle grenades, although there are weapons of last resort. Okay. So this gives you an idea of the field here. Disputed territory fully in German hands. Yours, we have some support. Okay, well, we can see here like our current condition of our units and our support. We have up to 13 main force units. Create a scout team. I'm not really, again, quite honestly, I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure of this tank hunter team. But we know we have enemy tanks. I don't know, other than that these are coming from the tank or regimental anti-tank company versus the battalion anti-tank company. I don't think otherwise there's any difference to these 37mm anti-tank guns that we're seeing here. And we can see heavy weapons company. These will be our support. Let's bring in a HMG, and because we know there's going to be tanks, one from each. I don't think there's a big difference between this. These guys all look pretty full strength. What I'm going to do though, okay, you see it says first platoon here. This says second squad /2, so this is the second squad of the second platoon. So we're gonna move out him, and we're going to grab, and I don't know how much it matters on the field, but we're going to grab second platoon's HQ. Let's, oh, he has the BAR, or the okay, again, grenade launchers. At this time in the North Africa campaign, and probably into the Sicily campaign, the grenade launcher was a Springfield rifle. What I think it's 1903 A1 or A3. No, don't know the last rifle. Basically, what they did is they moved wish I could, move the rear sights from in front of where you load the ammunition to further back, giving a longer sight radius. So they made a sight improvement to it. That's the main change between early and late. And so rifle grenades, and we're gonna probably keep this squad with him because he has the rifle grenades. Yeah, I could try to reassign it to somebody else, but he has them. The rifle grenades need a blank round, a full charge, not just a make some noise blank round, but a full charge blank round to be able to launch them. So early on in the war, for the Americans, they gave them to a soldier carrying a Springfield rifle. Now he can still, and it has a rifle grenade attachment on the front end of the barrel, or yeah, front end, forward end. And he can put a blank cartridge into the rifle, put the rifle grenade on the end, and launch it. And basically, I think there was one rifle grenade per platoon guy, or is it per squad? I think it was per platoon. By the time you get around to D-Day, they've dropped the Springfields. They've gone to M1 Garands. And you can single load a cartridge into the M1 Garand, but it's a bit more difficult because they use an M block clip, as many of you know. And now they've given rifle grenades to 3 soldiers and have 3 M1 Garands that have the grenade attachment on the end. So just increasing the firepower, both is in more rifle grenades and more individual firepower per platoon up, or because they now have M1 Garands instead of 1903s. Okay, so we have 4th Platoon MG section. Smoke grenades. Don't know how this guy's an MG section. Machine gun section, HQ, 4th Platoon, HQ, 4th Platoon. Weapons section. They have smoke grenades. Okay, well, because the basic layout. Now I know this is giving a fourth squad platoon reserves, which really isn't a tactical unit to the best of my knowledge that was used. Basically everything is designed around 3s. 3 squads to the platoon, 3 platoon maneuver platoons to a company. Now the 4th platoon in the company which is quite correct, is 4th Platoon HQ, weapons and MG section. I don't know why this doesn't have an MG here, but I guess here is the heavy weapons platoon, and it's not considered a maneuver squad or maneuver platoon. It is a supporting platoon, so it's all based on 3s with support. We got 2 MG. Yeah, we can throw in a another, because we're maxed out on our support. Another 30 cal MG, and that gives us, okay, we fully got the 2nd platoon in here, except for the reserve squad. Well, we'll do that. Okay, so we will fight. Now let's just save, and we have a close combat fatal exemption error, which may not be showing up on your screen here. So looks like we're having a crash here when I hit to save that. Let's see if I can. Yep, we had a crash there. Again, this is a beta version of the game, so that can explain that, or I may have done something wrong, but probably more likely it's a beta version. I guess that's going to end this episode, obviously. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. Again, if you've made it this far and haven't subscribed, you better do so, because you like this enough. Love to hear what you think about this. See you next time for more historical gaming.